everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to give you a tour of my Google Sheets meal planner and automated grocery list spreadsheet. So in this video, I'll walk you through a general overview of what the template looks like, what it does, and all the features and automations that are included. So let's get into it. So the way this template works is you're going to start by creating a database that includes the items that you usually buy and the meals that you usually prepare. And then you're going to jump into the meal ingredients tab and you're going to decide which items should be added automatically into your grocery list whenever you select a specific meal. So once you have some information in your database, you can jump into one of your weekly tabs and you can start working on your meal plan for that week. So each of these tabs includes 7 days. They all look and work exactly the same way. And on each of these dropdowns, you're going to find a list of the meals that you customized on their corresponding section. So you can easily browse this list and select one of your meals. And if that meal has items assigned to it, those items will be added automatically into this list down here. And you can also use this cell over here to edit your number of servings. So in my database, I added quantities for just 1 serving, but if I needed 2, for example, I can just set the number 2 over here and you're going to notice that the quantities doubled automatically. If I set the number 3, they will triple automatically. So this list will update with every meal that you select. And then you have this manual section over here in case you want to add any extra items for that day or in case you want to increase or decrease the quantities for the items that are already on your list. So every single food item that you added to your database will be found in this dropdown over here. So you can start typing so that the list gets filtered and then you can find your item selected, set a quantity, and you're going to notice that the list updates immediately. So I increased my quantity for bananas. You can also add a new item that's not on your list yet and it'll show up over here. So this list will automatically join all of the items that are being loaded from these meals with everything that you added manually in this section. And then if you don't want items for a particular meal to be loaded automatically, maybe because you're having leftovers, you can choose this skip option over here and then those items won't be included on your list and you'll only be seeing what you added manually. So I'm going to bring this back. And the coolest part about this template is that each day is its own bubble. So when you're meal planning, you can focus on one day at a time. You think about the activities for that day, who's going to be eating at home, and you build your list as if only that one day existed. So this right here, this is your final list for this one day. And every single one of your 7 days looks and works exactly the same way. So you're going to do the same thing on each day. And then if you want to include any extra items that aren't tied to any particular day, you can use these 2 sections right here. In this section, you're going to find all of your food items. And then in this section, you're going to find your common household items. This can be personal care. This can be cleaning products. So these items get their own sections so they are not mixed up with your food items. And then everything that you add on your 7 days and everything that you add in these 2 tables will be joined together automatically to create a final grocery list for the week. So you can add the same item on different days and then in the end, it will all be joined together automatically in this list. Quantities will be added up and then each item will only appear once. So I'm going to show you an example of what this tab could look like once you fill it out a bit more. So you have your meal plan, you have your final list for each day, any items that you added manually, and then in the end, it's all joined together in a final grocery list for the week. And as I've mentioned before, the template is initially blank. This is what it's going to look like. So you get to create a database with your own information and you get to decide how much or how little information you want to include. So for example, when you're creating your list of items, you add the item name, but you can also include the unit, the category, the unit cost, and your preferred grocery store. So these are all optional. If you decide to assign a category and a grocery store, those are going to be useful to help you sort your final lists. So as you can see, you have this drop down over here. So you can sort by category or by grocery store. And then if you decide to assign a unit cost to each item, this unit cost will be automatically multiplied by the quantity and you'll get the approximate amount that you would pay for this particular grocery list. So the template includes 5 weekly tabs. And once you've used all 5, you can come back to the first one and you have 2 options. You can either reuse this meal plan and just make a few tweaks depending on what's going on that week, or you can delete the entire thing and start fresh, entirely up to you. So this is the basic functionality of the template, but I also included some additional features that you might find useful. There's the monthly grocery list tab, and what you can do here is merge multiple weekly grocery lists into a single list. So you have these checkboxes over here so you can decide which weeks are going to be included template, and then your final list will be created automatically over here. And you can use these two tables to add or remove items. And the template can start on any day that you want. All you have to do is double click on this cell, pick the start date, and then all dates throughout the template are going to update accordingly, including the ones in this calendar tab. So this tab is completely automated. It will update with every change that you make to your meal plan. So whatever you add in here will be displayed automatically in this calendar view, so you can see your entire meal plan for all 5 weeks in a single tab. And then in the monthly grocery lists tab, if you scroll to the end, you'll also find a mini expense tracker, so you can create a budget for each week. And then whenever you pay for something, you can add the transaction down here, and the difference between your budget and what you actually paid will be calculated automatically. So those are all the features that are included. As I mentioned, the template is initially blank, so you get to fill it out with your own items and your own meals. And you don't have to do this all at once. You can add enough information for maybe 1 week, and then you can continue growing your database over time. And the more information you add, the easier your meal planning will become. So that's it for the quick tour. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. If you would like to purchase the template, I'm gonna leave the link to it in the description. With your purchase, you will receive access to a blank version of the template, so you can fill it out with your own information. And I also included a full tour video in which I walk you through how to fill out the template step by step. So that video is more thorough and more detailed than this one. This one was just a general overview. And you'll also receive written instructions in case you prefer to read those instead of watching the video. You can also go through both of them if you like. So you'll have everything that you need to make the most out of your template. And if you have any questions, I'm also gonna leave my email in the description. So please feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to answer them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.